Let me disinfect my area.
Yeah, spray yourself. You definitely have disease.
I'm good now.
I can spell you through the Zoom.
I can't spread it now. I'm non-spreadable. That's it. This is it, Poppy. This is the deal right here. Julio.
Joel's here, but Joel didn't put on his video yet.
Wait, hold on a second.
Oh, gotta put on the video. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
I see somebody's. Oh yeah, that's Angel's. I think her breakfast bar.
She's got a nice spread. She's got a nice.
That's the bar. That's the
That's the cigar
big bar.
That's a cigar bar.
Yeah, big bar.
Oh,
big
ask
bar.
him. Ask Bill. Can he get any
Oh, here we go.
Spartacus limited reserve?
What kind?
I think they're called Spartacus.
Video.
Limited reserve.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, let me write that down because his cigar. Look,
Oh,
yeah.
And look. So I have feathers.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
Put
Oh
some
boy.
music.
This is a family.
And feathers. How fast was that too? Like
That was fast.
Why
That
did
was
you have
good too, and it was good too.
Why didn't you just change on screen? That would have been fun.
Yeah,
I don't get paid enough for that.
I know. Emma Jean, you could change on screen. It's okay. Emma.
Yeah.
That's
Sexual
funny because
harassment.
I would do it. Like I don't really have any issues with that.
Sexual
Hey,
harassment.
did anybody hear about the lady who got arrested in the football game that she didn't want to put on a mask?
Yes.
No.
Why don't we hold on that for a second? Let Ben play the theme.
Play the theme.
Ben?
Because I got some other shit I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
And I've got some great trivia questions today too. So it's going to be a good show. Ben, are we ready?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
I don't really like sitting on my phone.
RealPeopleFunny.com. RealPeopleFunny.com. Join the show and join the fun, where the laughs are never done. RealPeopleFunny.com.
All right. The words are easier to remember.
Ben,
Oh,
like
real
you're
people
bringing
funny.
it up a notch, baby.
Yeah, we get a different one every week.
Every
Hey,
week.
Richard.
Yeah.
You look like we should be like you're in a movie for like you're a pilot for a drug dealer that we're gonna you're flying somewhere and you're gonna
I reinvented myself since I've been reading these self-help books.
Who just did that? Do it again. I'm trying to gauge who has skills.
That's Ben.
I thought it was his tongue.
I think Ben, you played the spoon.
What, it was a tongue?
Ben,
Why,
you
was that
played the-
exciting you, Angel? It was a tongue going up?
Spoons, yeah.
Whoa!
I'm just trying to figure out who on here has skill.
Ben can play the spoons, I think, right, Ben?
No, yeah.
Nah, that's not the skill I'm looking for.
Everybody
like
else,
that.
the spoons, the forks, the knives.
See?
You know,
Dude, I live in Atlanta, Georgia. There are plenty of people north of here that play the spoon.
there was a famous clip from Johnny Carson. He used to take his audience and ask them to fill out index cards, and then he would go through them. And one time, did you see the one where the guy's skill was that his tongue could like go below his chin and touch up over his nose. So they focused the camera on him and the whole audience went, wow. Now this happened way back in the 60s or 70s, so they had to be real careful what they said. But Johnny got the most out of that one.
I remember I was watching Johnny Carson and he was talking to a golfer's wife.
Oh, that's old.
It was Arnold Palmer. It was Arnold Palmer, right? He goes,
We discussed
do you
that on
clean,
here already.
do you clean
Yeah,
his
we
balls?
did that already.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I kiss his balls.
We had a golf tournament up here in Westchester where I live.
Kiss
And
his ball for good luck, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
What, Joel?
We had that golf tournament up here in Westchester. I think it was the PGA or the U.S. Open.
Oh, it was the U.S. Open.
Yeah, so the U.S. Open. So the golfer, after he won, went to a local pizza place. The guy, he just walked in, the winner, and, ate his pizza. The guy was shocked, So there you go. He's excited,
I'm waiting on the punchline.
He was hungry.
Yeah, it was the best
He
pizza in
needed
town.
pizza. He needed
Sal's Pizza. Little plug for
No,
Sal.
Where was that?
I-
In Mahopac?
No, Mamaroneck.
Marinette.
Oh, Marinette.
That
Okay.
area.
Yeah.
Town
By
called
the way, Wingfoot is a really old club, and I was there once back in the '80s. I was working for a company, and there was a big Wall Street firm that used to have outings there. So I didn't get invited to play, but I got invited to come to the party. I mean, this was back in the '80s when there was so much money. These guys were playing cards and gambling like thousands, and they played golf that day, and it was playing thousands per hole and all that kind of shit. But while I was sitting there, I was talking to some people who were members, and they said that was a club they wouldn't let Donald Trump in back in the '80s. He had applied for membership, and they wouldn't let him in because he was new money, and they said forget it. We're not. I don't think he's a member now. I mean, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he isn't.
Yeah,
Well, I guess he said,
has his
"That's
own
all.
club. He don't need to
I'll
join
make
that
my
club.
own
There you
golf
go.
club."
No, he doesn't. I'm not saying that he needs to join, but it was funny. That always struck me from that night. Because I had read his book at that point, and I was like, wow, they don't.
Well, I had bad news. I have bad news for you guys.
What?
When Donald Trump wins, John Legend is going to leave the country. So,
Oh, yeah.
so I
Hopefully he'll take his wife too.
I just want you to,
Oh, that's
I think
Chrissy
everyone
Teigen.
that
Chrissy
cannot-
Teigen.
Okay, that's gonna be my 5 minutes, so I'm gonna hold it for a second
Okay, all right. So
because I'm about to bust.
you gonna bust it out, huh? Okay.
Well, Angel, did you have a chance to watch your pal Grady's little performance with the pictures? Was that cool or what?
I love him.
And DeSantis spoke before him, and there's a video of that too. And I mean, I posted something on Facebook in St. Petersburg where these idiots came, and they're now trying to harass people who's sitting in outdoor restaurants and stuff. It's just, and they said you're not going to do that in Florida. That they're going to try and pass this law, and you can protest, but if you do any kind of shit, you're going to jail. He also said if you come from out of state and come in Florida, which is what's happening in a lot of those places, he goes, you're going to jail even twice as long.
So
Just who, I don't want to say it out loud, but I know someone maybe that's going on Thursday to Florida to visit their pretty blonde friend that may have been in New York about a month ago.
Oh, well.
Oh, that's you.
Didn't Florida lift all the bans on everything?
Well,
Well, the said everything's pretty chill.
Everything is normal,
yeah,
right?
It's phase 3, yeah. So apparently there's no restrictions, which is fine.
Well, I'm not
No
gonna.
restrictions, no mask.
And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm hoping, in a way, because I went through this whole week has been shit anyway. I'm really hoping my test comes back positive, because if I've survived it, it means now I can go out and say, if somebody has a mask or they feel sick, and say, "Here, breathe on me. Fuck you. It doesn't matter. I don't care anymore." Ha ha. That's
Oh
gonna
my God, you know who you sound like just now? Oh my God, you sounded like that person that started his name with an S. You're like, I'll just breathe on you, ha, fuck you. That's exactly who you sounded like.
Who?
The person whose name started with an S.
Oh, yeah.
On the show.
You got it? You got it?
Oh, yeah. Now I got it. Yes. Okay.
No, it was just like, don't breathe on me, fuck you.
Yeah.
Breathe on me, man.
Yeah, I don't
Breathe
care.
on me
I don't,
when you're alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be there to give you cold.
You know what? This was something I was see this week, that people were all upset because Lori Loughlin is going to a medium security where she might be able to do Pilates and all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, what do you expect to do with somebody like that? First of all, I personally don't give a shit about, what she did, because the fact that a rich person tried to do something for their kid because they had money, that's not shocking to me. If I had money and I could have helped my kids like that, I would have done it in a freaking heartbeat. So that whole thing, that probably cost us taxpayers with all the bullshit a lot of money. And what did it accomplish? Do you think that there aren't rich people still donating money to colleges to get their kids in? No freaking way. And these people were upset. What are you going to put her in, a maximum security prison with murderers? Because why? Because she paid some school to let the kid in. It's insane.
But they've been doing that forever. I don't understand. What's the new? It's like all of a sudden you know, racism is a big issue. There always been racism. I mean, who gives a shit? It's up to you.
Well, what are you
Look,
talking about? Race? This has got nothing to do with race.
yeah, it has everything to do with anything.
Well,
Yeah,
there
nothing to-
is the overtone of that she's white and she's rich and she's getting away with
Just
it.
because the woman is
true.
white doesn't mean this is a racist issue.
No,
It
she's
isn't a race.
white.
That's the point.
So
It
she's
isn't.
white, so it's racist, and that's it. And I said
Rich
so.
issue, not racist. Rich.
It's not, she's not racist. I think she's racist. That's a racist issue.
You don't
and,
even
you
know
know-
if she's racist or not,
And
Julio.
look,
Fuck
everybody's in a race. Yeah, because
You
you come in last, you can't blame it on nobody. You just
You
didn't
don't know
train
that.
right. That's
You
it.
don't know that.
Is it- Are you a
brother.
racist? Julio, are you a racist? Yeah, I ran a marathon. I ran a couple of races there. I didn't win any of them, but shit, you know, what the hell? You gonna sit
Oh
there-
my gosh, you guys
What
want to
race-
hear the funniest thing ever? You know
Yeah,
how
yeah.
when people have that thing on their car and it's like 13.0 or whatever?
13.2.
That. Okay,
What is
I
that?
swear on my life, until about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I thought it was a Bible verse. I literally thought it was.
What is it?
No, is it like John 13:2? Like, what is it? I had no idea it was about running. Can you
About
believe how
what?
stupid that is?
It was about what?
Running. It's about
13
runners, you know, those stupid stickers, 13.2, whatever.
13.1.
If I had
13.1,
one, mine
because
would
that's
say
half a marathon.
0.0.
Yeah, half a marathon is a 13.1.
Yeah, I kept
26.2
thinking this whole
is a
time it was
marathon.
a Bible verse and that I didn't understand the
Oh,
Bible
well,
verse.
if I saw it, I wouldn't know that either. I'm like, what? What the hell does that mean?
Does
Like,
the Bible
Well-
go to decimal points? Is that it? 13.2?
I just have a clergy, you know, sticker on my car because that helps not.
Let's open our Bibles to section
yeah, talk about
15.
Bibles. Let's talk about fake
3.1.
news. You want to talk about fake news? Let's talk about the Bible. Let's talk about.
Let's
Yeah,
give Julio
please,
his 5 minutes.
stickers,
Let's
Emma.
give
I'm
Julio
gonna
his
have
5
Grant
minutes.
bring them down.
Huh?
I got some new Trump stickers. I'm gonna have Grant bring them down to me.
All right. Well, let's go with Julio. And Ben is playing, but I can't hear him.
That's because I'm playing real quietly.
Oh,
It was,
okay.
it was the theme to the paper chase.
Have you not met us? You got to play loudly.
All right, we're going to go with Julio's 5 minutes. Here we go.
All right. Well, look. I've been
Actually, I
thinking
think that was
about-
the theme to Newhart, but whatever. Same
my,
difference.
my 5 minutes is basically about people just full of shit with their, with how they feel.
Unprepared Julio. Here we go.
Well, yeah, I'm unprepared, but just listening to social media and TikTok and reading the newspaper and talking to people, everybody really have no idea what the fuck is going on, but they all have an answer on what's going on. You know, I never heard so much the word racism in my life until this year. I heard you hear racism, but it's rare. It's like cursing. If you curse all the time, after a while, there's no effect. So everybody can't be a racist. Everybody cannot be a racist. You know, like and when people think they say, "Oh, that's racist," like, "Oh, who you voting for? Voting for Donald Trump. Oh, that makes you a racist." Well, how does that make me a racist? Because I want to vote for who I want to vote for. I got idiots.
They can't answer it. They
I-
can't answer it. They can't
Nobody
answer
can
it.
answer it.
What makes him a racist?
What?
They can't answer it.
It's
And
like
Can I just say this one thing? Bill and I were talking about this. That man owns hotels and golf courses.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
How many different races of people do you think Donald Trump employs in
I'll be all kinds.
hotels and golf courses? Has not even one housekeeper or a groundskeeper. No one's come out, and you know people would love to pay them
Mhm.
to come out against him. No employee from any hotel or golf course has come out and said that he's a racist.
Well, he wasn't a racist until he became president.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's when he was running for
he
president.
ran.
And it all started on what he probably triggered off when he told them, "I'm going to run and I'm going to win because I don't do anything unless I win." And that ego right there kind of like pissed people off because there's people that have been in Congress forever and could never reach that seat. You know, can never run for president. Can they're whether they're congressmen or that's all they got. It's just like when they talk about what's that judge name that died? Ruth Bader Ginsburg, whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna wait.
I mean, I heard of her. When I first saw her picture, I thought it was a dude. To be honest,
You're gonna make a note.
You know, I said, "Damn, that's a dude or what?" But
Well, you know, I think the racism thing with Trump started not necessarily with blacks people. It started with Muslims. He got that because he was the travel ban, and they started, well, then he's a racist because he's against anybody from the Middle East. Mm-hmm. Once that word was floating out there, then it just started to float, and they said, okay, well, he's a racist and now you can apply that to whatever you want, because now the problem is it's been fact in the news now. You know that's what.
Well, the news only puts out like the agenda. They never put out anything about Hispanics.
They didn't say, you know what? They didn't say anything about those 2 Nobel Prizes, the Nobel Peace Prizes he was nominated for. They didn't say shit.
Oh yeah, he was nominated. Well, I mean, like.
Oh yeah, what's happening with that?
Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize just for running and won because he was black. So.
And he didn't even know what he got it for.
He was shocked. He was like, okay, well,
Well, you got to listen. You're dealing with, in this country right now, there are so many people that hate him that, it kind of reminded, there are certain, it's a one issue thing. You're either for or against, because if you like him, you're against, and that's it. So they just hate him. They don't care. And when you're so, have such tunnel vision because you're coming from that position then you're not going to look at anything that he does in a positive way. He could go out tomorrow and in a car crash save 10 people from a burning car, and they'd find something wrong with that because they just hate the guy.
But
it was an imposter.
But that's built up from the
one thing
media.
about that this is probably what got me fired up this week.
What?
When he and Melania are standing right with the casket of that RBG right in front of him.
Yeah, the ugly woman, the one that should have died 20 years ago.
Yeah, the one that I thought she died 10 years ago.
Well, I thought she died. I don't know.
They were standing there, like on each side, right? Like kind of back, and the casket was right here with the flag. People were booing him. That's not funny. That's fucking disrespectful.
Of who?
You don't hear that in the funeral so often.
But they say he was disrespectful. I'm like,
he wasn't. He was standing there with a mask, just like this.
Yeah, I saw that, and then they were booing him, and I'm like, okay.
That's funny.
What if Donald Trump died and people got into his funeral and started booing him? Well, he's dead.
First of all,
That would be really disrespectful.
I thought it was disrespectful to him, but the warden suggested it was more disrespectful to the dead person. Well, but that was disrespectful as shit.
Oh, forget respect in 2020.
No, once you're dead, there is no respecting you. You're dead, and that's it. You're done, you're out, and you don't even care.
There are people that hate the guy. It doesn't matter what I just told you, it doesn't matter what he does.
They didn't do anything right.
No, well, because they hate him.
What?
They hate him. Think about it in your own personal life. Have you ever had somebody in your personal life that you can't stand and you hate, or I know hate's a strong word, but you just don't like?
Hate.
We love him.
No matter what they do, you're like, fuck you.
Emma says we love him.
Love Trump.
I love Trump.
Love Trump.
It's just his personality.
Do you hear it?
Love Trump. We love you. No other president has ever gotten that from an audience.
Yeah.
Never, right?
He's bomb. And I think everybody that doesn't like him should just get the fuck out of the country. I'm just done. That was my rant for today. I told you guys.
Good luck. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. But they should leave.
Okay, go.
No, I think the Trump supporters need to get more loud.
I am so over it. Like, I literally am over it. I'm over
You're good. You're good because you live in Georgia. nice house. You're there. You're hanging
Oh,
out.
I live in a shithole, Julio.
No, you don't. You don't live in no shithole, girl. Believe
And you
me,
have no
I've been-
clothes.
I have
Hey.
no clothes, no
Hey.
shoes, no bags. But I did say this morning, I did say I might be moving out.
You're
So,
moving. Where you
I
going?
might have a new pad soon.
A new
Moving
crib?
on up.
Well,
She's moving on up.
No, I'll be moving on down.
moving on up. Moving on out.
Moving on down.
I'm not gonna
No,
get
but you
that.
don't understand, Angel. When you get out of that fog, you're gonna make your own millions. Don't worry about it.
Look, I felt good when I said it. I'll be honest. When I said, I don't think I'm your person. And I have no hope that if I do everything you want me to do and
It's
I
gonna work.
unclutter the house, and I'm not a hoarder since my grandfather died. It's an emotional issue. I've been diagnosed. I still don't think you're gonna be happy. So I think maybe I should look for my own place.
Yeah, get a nice house with a pool so we can go over it and go
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to afford all that. Like, I'm really nervous
Come
about
on.
it.
Yeah.
You can afford it. This is America. You can do whatever you want.
Well, I gotta get a job.
You can make your own job.
One of my old bosses messaged me, and I knew what he wanted. He just always wanted.
Make sure you hire some black people.
Yeah,
But you know
hire
what
black
I
people.
did? I was like, oh, hey, what, you got a job for me? And he was like, always for you. And I was like, I'm all ears.
Okay.
Nothing.
Getting near the end of a rope, it sounds like. It doesn't.
I am getting to the end of my rope.
From what I can see, you're not all ears.
She's getting near the end of the rope here. She's
No,
Hey,
getting.
by
don't
the
do
way,
it.
so
Look,
these
look,
cool
Angel,
feather earrings.
Angel,
I'm gonna
I have a
give shout out
plan.
to my
I have a
girl
plan for
Tony,
it.
that
Milk
rack
it.
bet.
Milk it as long as you can,
She-
and then leave. Milk
Dude,
it.
that's what my psychiatrist said. She's like, every time he screams at you, you just go like this. You go,
Screams at you. Wow, you're taking abuse like I am.
Oh,
oh. I've sent you videos. You've heard it.
does he
My
scream at
latest
you?
one's just too long. I can't share it with anyone because I think people don't believe me unless they hear it for themselves.
Okay, here's what I think you should think in your mind when you get yelled at.
Okay, what?
Can you see that?
Money.
Yep.
What's that say?
It doesn't say, it's just dollar signs. It's backwards because of the camera.
That's what my psychiatrist said. She's like, every time he yells at you, all you think in your head, you say,
Cha-ching. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
does anyone really know, like,
All right,
it's not
who's next?
Bill and shit, but does anyone know how sad that is?
No, you know who's
Like,
next? Emma's next. Emma Jean.
All right, Emma's next. Go ahead, Emma. 5 minutes.
What, we don't care about my problems? I thought we were
We'll come back. We'll come back. to them.
We'll come
God
back. to you.
dang, I thought I could tell on you guys.
They're not going away. They're not going away. So we'll come back to
They'll
you.
be here next week.
They'll be here next week. They'll be here this week. All right, Emma, you're on.
Yeah. Can I pass right now?
Sure. Who do you pass to?
You.
Nice.
To me, okay, and I'm going to pass because I wrote some great trivia questions I want to have enough time for. So I pass it over to, I guess, Angel, because she seemed determined to tell us about her situation.
No, I don't want to tell you about my situation as much as I just want to say that I'm sick of people disrespecting Trump. I'm over it. Watching him stand there with his wife and beside that casket, not that it was my favorite person in the casket, but whatever, it's still, he was standing there silently giving respect and he got booed. Who in the fuck thinks this is okay? Like,
The Democrats.
it's okay to disrespect the president, whether you like him or not. It's
The Democrats.
just not okay.
I have a question for you, Angel, and we all been there. When Obama was in office for 8 years, did he get that much heat and disrespect while he was there? I just want to know.
No.
How about you, Emma? What do you think?
He's part of the deep state plan. See, Trump, he's not a part of the cabal. He's not a part of all that. You know, they try to hook him up with the sex trafficking. He's not a part of that. He's actually trying to bring that down.
Okay.
You know, it's just the way he speaks. The way he speaks, he's blunt.
So do you feel that Donald Trump, as president, the job that he's doing, right? And I know
Excellent.
people don't want to prove it, they don't want to prove anything for him. But do you think he fights the media and everybody else every single day besides doing his job? And does that make it like really, really harder?
He does. In his speeches, the rallies that are now called peaceful protests, yeah, he does that daily. He does that. I mean, several times.
Hold on, is Joel
rallies?
I'm still here, believe it or not.
Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joel.
On mute, Joel, but you're gonna be whacking yourself off.
Do you think Joe Biden running for president is elder abuse?
Yeah.
Is elder abuse?
Yeah. Do you think it's elder abuse?
It's elder abuse. It's corruption.
I think
knowing that he can't.
Hey, back, this was my 5 minutes.
And letting that black woman that's she's not even worthy of being a vice president. I mean, she went down. I mean, 15, 12, 10, 9. I think down to 2 before she dropped out of the race.
Well,
no one likes her.
Well, he picked a candidate that actually really was very, like, Trump was right. Miss Harris was really abusive to him. I felt really bad for him.
She called him a racist.
Yeah.
And she acted like it was her campaign, and then he repeated it because he's so damn stupid.
I mean, anybody in right mind would pick somebody who talked to you about that. What are you trying to show? That you have so magnanimous?
Joe Biden is in the early stages of dementia. I don't think there's any doubt of that.
I worked in the system.
They won't say it, but they won't say it. They won't say it, but he is.
He is.
Question
and I think the plan is that if he wins, then they think Kamala takes over. Which I'm going to tell you right now, like, I'm just pissed off at everybody. I'm having a really shitty day again, not because of somebody that's not on the show, just in general, because I'm mad. I'm tired of people disrespecting the president. It's like your parents. I've said it 100 damn times on the show, and I don't know why we broadcast to so many countries, and we have so many viewers. I can't believe that everyone's not in tune yet with this. It's like your parents. You don't gotta like them. You don't gotta love them.
Yeah, but like your daddy.
Your position in your life, you have to respect them. No other president has had to deal with this disrespect. Like, I can't even imagine what his personal life is like. That poor Melania, holy shit, she's already married to a narcissist asshole. I know what that's like. I get it. I mean, I can't even imagine, like, being married to a narcissist asshole. And then, like, you got to move out of your glitzy pad. Like, they had a nice pad, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it, this country is divided. You got your city and your suburbs. For example, like, I got someone here moved from the city. I read on the news. He had a Biden sign out, and someone tore it up. You know, he moved from the city to the suburbs. And why did he move from the city? Because there's too much crime. Because the police were defunded by a Democratic mayor. Come on.
Thank you, Joel. I appreciate that insert into my 5. Like, that was rock star. I like it. Good point.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're killing it.
Well, true.
Anyway.
So you think I should go across the street and burn his flag, the Biden flag?
Yes, and put it on the show.
Well, I'm not saying it's right, but
I'm saying it's right. We support you. Go and do it right now, and bring your camera with you and let us see.
Okay, and also I'd like to get to my other point, which might take 1 second.
Go ahead.
I did find the Black Lives Matter nasty ass mask in my laundry room that I was gonna try to freak Julio out with last week.
Oh God.
Burn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Okay, so look, can I just show this? Like, see this picture? You see, that's me and that's Wally. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's Wally?
I'm not gonna get too upset about it, but I found out about 2 hours ago that Wally died.
Oh.
He's my neighbor's dad.
Oh, okay.
And that jacket he had on in the picture, I had purchased for my grandfather for Christmas. I special ordered it. It was like an army jacket. My grandfather died 3 weeks before Christmas. So I had the jacket and I'm like, what are you gonna do with that? I'm not gonna give it to Goodwill. Like, so it hit me one day, like, damn, like, so I'm like, Harrington, was Wally perhaps in the army? And he was like, he was. So Wally was actually in the ski patrol thing, like in Colorado. So every year when I go to Vail, I bring him back like patches and, you know, whatever. But I said, I have this jacket for my grandfather. Do you think Wally wants it? So we had this little happy hour where I put the jacket on him. He died.
Yeah.
That's my 5 minutes. I'm done.
Oh, sorry.
Love my Wally.
Sorry to
Lenny,
hear about that.
Can we hear you 5 minutes, or you want Joel? Joel or Lenny? Which one?
I don't care. Lenny, because I was afraid he was going to die this week. I've been worried to shit death about Lenny too.
Lenny.
Well, I was kind of hoping actually because
No, I've been worried to death about
you know what I mean. And then I was going to drive the ratings with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was going to write up a press release. You know, one of our members has died of COVID, and we're angry.
Well, I don't have the proof that I have it yet. I'm still waiting, like I said.
Well, can't you just make it up and then disappear, and we'll just make believe you died? And
Wait a minute. Who's going to replace him?
what do you mean replace him?
We don't have shit. I haven't even been recruiting for anyone new.
Don't replace him.
Got a good crew.
Don't you see that was my plan to lose 90% of the personnel, and it's working. We're down to probably about 35% of people that started.
And I feel bad. I mean, I'm getting that big paycheck to be the casting director, and I'm not casting shit. Like, I'm not.
You know what? It was genius on my part with that plan to make you the casting director, because it worked in reverse, and that's what I wanted.
I did a good job.
You did a great job of getting rid of people. As a matter of fact, brilliant when you got rid of Steve. Lenny helped us though with Lucy, I have to admit though. Lenny.
That was definitely Lenny started
it. Abused for like 10 weeks in a row. You're like, wait a minute, fuck this shit. I'm gonna get this bitch.
I did get rid of Steve.
Rip her apart.
My bad.
Dwight and comedian Stin, also known as Chris, I think Christian. They were like eliminated when Lenny eliminated Lucy. That took them out too eventually, so that worked.
Well, and when I called him out, I'm like, whose team do you want to be on? Like, let's make a decision.
Well, they're not on any of them, because they're not on her show either. I don't think her show is even around.
Well, whatever, you know. We got our core that we needed, and we're good.
All right, whose 5 minutes is it? Because otherwise it's go to trivia.
Joel's or Lenny's.
Okay, Lenny, are you ready? I think he had trouble with his computer and.
Yeah, say it's connecting now. Audio. We got to do trivia.
How about Joel?
I know I want that trivia.
I don't have 5 minutes. I'll give you less than that.
Okay, all right, good, because we got trivia.
I'll just continue my story from last week. You know, last week I tried to go to a drive-in movie. You know, because the movies are still closed. It's kind of sad. You know, you look at the movie. It's dark. You can't go in there. You know, I'm wondering. You know. If you like going to movies instead of staying, some people like to stay home. Once in a while, I like to go to a movie. Will they reopen? You know, especially in these small towns. So I guess so. You know, from now on,Ll be sticking with Netflix. You know, forget movies. But
unless another judge dies, and you can take your wife out to that.
Yeah. So anyway, I went to that. I finally made it to a drive-in movie. I saw Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Okay.
Isn't that an old movie? That's old.
It's a kind of a. Well, it's kind of a ripoff because people are so desperate to go out to movies on a Saturday night that they'll go to this drive-in movie in a parking lot in the mall with other cars. And what you got to do, you go. It's cost $30, by the way. I said, this is a ripoff, but that's okay. Let's try this. Let's see what it's all about. Okay. Right. So we went in there, parked our car in front of this big screen. And the guy says, if you want to see the movie better, you park at the space on an angle. Because I'm sitting all the way on the right here. You know, trying to see the movie, like, you know, sticking my head out of the window.
Right. Crane your neck.
Straighten your neck.
That's not good.
And wait a minute. We're not done yet. You watch the movie, and you got to keep, it goes through your radio, right? The sound, you know, the sound of the movie goes to the radio. So you got to turn on your car right? And they say, and I said to the guy, what if my battery dies? It's a 2-hour movie. And he says, we'll jump it for you at the end. What the hell is this all about? I'm gonna need a no battery as well for a movie. So what I did, because this guy next to me, he must be, he had to be rich, because he must have had a Lamborghini or something. Every 15 minutes he was turning on his car. I couldn't hear the movie. I was distracted. So, you know, finally I pay attention. Finally, halfway through the movie, Sean Connery comes on. It's one of the movies Sean Connery was in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. That's when the movie started getting interesting anyway. All right. So, but this guy kept turning on his car, and then so I did it, you know, like halfway through the movie, I turned on my car. So we got two guys with the cars. I thought it at a some sort of car show instead of a movie. So a third guy started doing it. Start worrying about his car battery, you know. So finally we got to the movie, and it was, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to do it again. All right. I'm not going to a drive-in movie in a mall with cars going off and afraid my battery's going to lose power. All right.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt. 1 second, Joel. Rat, can you let Lenny back on?
I did.
Okay. Sorry, Joel. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay.
That was fucking weird. Right when you guys wanted me to die, the fucking everything in my house went black. That's a little spooky.
You don't know my power, Lenny.
I guess not.
Power
You
failure.
don't know my power.
If he wants you off the show, there's a power failure.
Yeah.
His power went out one night and he lost his shit. He's in the street looking around. He's like, no, I swear to God, everything's black. Everything's black. He's looking across at his mom's house. He's like, wait, my mom has power. I was like, then shut up and go to your mom's house. Go to your mom. I hate my mom. I'm waking up.
Wait a minute.
Randy.
Is this William? You're talking about William?
No, I'm talking about Steve.
Okay, then Steve, how come Steve don't have a backup, generator?
Because maybe Steve's not all that we thought he was.
Yeah. As soon as it happened.
Across the street, she had power. I was like, stop boo-hooing.
I'm afraid of the next storm around here.
The other funny thing was when that just happened, there was as everything went dark, there was also a thunder thing. So there it is again. I guess we got a storm around. So that was like doubly weird.
Okay.
Anyway, I was going to get my 5 minutes and I didn't get it.
Oh, go ahead.
Wait, I haven't finished
sorry.
yet about.
Joel didn't finish. Joel, go ahead.
Or did I finish?
I thought you finished because the guy with the Lamborghini turned on his car.
And you said you're not going to do it no more.
Well, one more political statement. I was walking around. I walked by a house, and this lady had a sign. Maybe she was the same person with the Biden sign that got torn up. It says, "Dogs 2020," and a little note underneath says, "Because humans suck." So she's going to vote for a dog this year, instead of a human. Just to let you know.
That sounds reasonable, actually, to me.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a cute dog as the president. It'll probably make the similar decisions that are being made right now anyway. So
put an implant in its brain and you can control it.
No.
Let's get the dogs going.
Dogs for president.
I always said that Julio and I always agreed that the presidential job is just too much for one person. Let's break it up and have like a committee and not really a president. And
we should have three presidents.
Like a committee, committee of presidents.
And then the three presidents get together and they make a decision.
And they'll all have different personalities. We could have one black guy.
Yeah.
We could have one white guy, one female who like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who can't shut the fuck up.
Ruth Bader.
Yeah, but now you're leaving out. You have to have one like LGBTQ female or one LG or black. You have to mix everything.
You got to mix it up.
There's 3 people is not enough to get in all the fucking groups that we're supposed to be sorry, about at this particular point and feel something for.
Well, so. Native American, I'm on that.
Hey, look, I could tell. This wasn't my 5 minutes, but I could go on about why we don't need a Congress anymore. We don't. Because
they can't get shit done.
Well, the only reason that you had to have a representative go to a place far away is because that's the only way they can communicate. We don't need that anymore.
Right.
Anyway, let me get my 5 minutes through. First thing is Joe Biden's and his son there's a lot of shit coming out from the Ukraine that none of the mainstream media has even mentioned. And you know, if the shoe were on the other foot, they would be all over that. There's a lot of shaky shit that was going on, and they're not even, oh, well, you know, there's something. And actually, the way I see it, they're trying to put that down, saying it's just a witch hunt. Well, no, when there's actual dollars being transferred from one person to another, that's not a witch hunt. There's something was going on, and then nobody's covering that. Nobody's saying a word. Nobody cares. That to me, that just shows to me that the media there's no way that they're playing fair. That's the first thing.
And
the
you
second
know
thing
what?
is, why?
You know, I hate to interrupt.
That's
you,
okay. Go ahead.
But the Bidens are also in collusion with China.
Yeah, there's, you know, he's made a lot of money out of stuff that, you know, and his family has done very well, and nobody's bringing that up at all. And he's, you know, and plus, even in his past, like his comments about a race, you know, I don't want my kids going to school in the jungle. How come that's not been like, you know, every 5 minutes on the news? I mean, they don't put any of that stuff on. So it just shows you that it's very biased. The second thing is the Breonna Taylor thing. You know, I've been trying to track down and find out how much of it is true, but according to what I've seen about the grand jury testimony, number one, she was no longer employed by they got rid of her at the EMT job in 2017. That's not, she was also, they have her on, according to what I read, and I can't, again, I don't know where I could find the proof of this. She's jailhouse, you know, when the guy in the jail calls, they recorded that she was carrying out and helping with his drug deals while she was on the outside. That the no-knock warrant, they did knock, and that she had, and that the warrant was for her and her car and everything, because they know that she's doing shit. When they went in, her new boyfriend shot at the cops and wounded a cop, and they shot back. Right. She was not lying in her bed, just hanging out, sleeping, getting shot. She was in the hallway, and when she was in the hallway, in the, you know, the crossfire of the guns, that's what got her. Well, to me, that means that you're trying to, and I don't know whether she was a good person or nice or whatever, but you're trying to make it sound like these cops went in there again and just shot somebody because they were of a certain color.
Right.
And that's not what happened.
Exactly.
And if the grand jury and if the grand jury heard all of the facts, which are not out in the media because they don't want to put it out there and that it goes against the narrative, then that's why they wouldn't indict any one of the cops with, you know, manslaughter or anything, because they didn't do anything wrong. I don't know. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous.
That's because, Lenny, you're a racist. That's it.
Well, you put out a video. And that's all you see. You don't know what's behind all that.
There was no video of Breonna Taylor.
There was not.
There was no video of Breonna Taylor's.
Who else?
Well, okay. That's even.
Yeah, they did have a video.
That's that's
no
fine.
video.
I'm done.
We've got your 6, but who didn't get a 5? Because we have trivia.
Yeah, no, everybody did. I was the last one.
Got it. Except Emma didn't get her 5 minutes. Emma?
I thought she passed it.
Yeah.
I did pass it.
Oh. You want it back? Or
did you have something? You have something to say or no?
Oh God, I got so much.
I think you like my sparkles or something.
We have 2 ladies looking fly today on this show. I got to tell you.
There you go.
Ladies are special. They get 3 names, right? Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Well, why don't we go with the trivia and then maybe Emma wants to chime
I'm going to stand up and do trivia so people can see my feathers. Of course,
I want to see it. I want to see you stand up. Go ahead.
Stand up and stand up.
You still can't see the feathers. I can fix that. Okay, I'm going to do the trivia standing up with the feathers flying.
I feel like I'm watching a TikTok video.
Yeah, look.
There you go. Twerking.
That's right.
I mean, I'm joking, kind of, but maybe not.
Your girlfriend is hot, but her breath is won't. You know these crazy, the music that goes with those TikTok videos. It's hilarious.
It gets stuck in your head too. Like,
Yeah, they do
And
that.
TikTok's staying now, right? They made a deal with what, Oracle?
Well, it's back and forth. Today in the post I read, it may not necessarily go through because
ooh, look at that. That's
Oracle
like,
is not going to own the what do they call that? The
IP.
underlying the underlying algorithm. It's
Source
still
code?
going to be owned by ByteDance, but anyway, we'll see. But we're on TikTok right now, so thank you,
Yeah, we
TikTok
are.
viewers.
That mean we get spied on still?
Oh, and asking about us.
okay, quick.
Yeah, we are on TikTok right now.
Yes, we are.
All right, let's go to the trivia.
Okay, one quick question though. Who asked about cigars? Was that you, Julio?
Yeah, that was
Yes.
me.
Okay, what kind of cigar are you talking about?
Particus Limited Reserve.
Arnicus?
Particus, Parcus, Limited Reserve.
You don't even
Very hard to
smoke.
get. I only
You
got
don't-
it one time.
You don't even smoke, Julio,
I used to smoke cigars. I used to sell cigars.
but not now.
If I can get this working so I can stand
Axel,
up.
do you smoke after sex? I don't know. I never looked.
No, I don't.
Exactly.
I'm smoking during sex. 'Cause I'm a smoker, baby. You know.
Okay.
You're just smoking.
that's,
You're
by the
smoking
way,
Joe
that's
Frazier.
not,
I know you're on fire. Okay, look, let me get my feathers.
Here we go with the question.
I need some pumps. Okay.
Who are you asking the first question to?
How about I gotta see what the first question is. We'll just start with Reverend.
Okay, sounds good. That's an
Reverend.
easy one.
Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett has 7 children. 2 of them adopted from what country? Botswana, Haiti, or Derby, Connecticut?
That's the last town. I think I've heard that town before. It's famous.
On this
I'm gonna
show, Derby is famous. Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
Right.
Haiti
The hat.
for 200.
Haiti?
That's my final answer.
He is correct. Haiti.
Yeah.
Okay, yay.
They can't get her because she's nominated and she has 2 black children. She adopted them from Haiti. Next question.
Did you hear when I said
they're gonna find
sounded like
something.
the mom
They
on
already did. They already did.
Great.
They already did. They said that the adoptions from Haiti may not be legal. That's what they're trying to get her on now. So
Okay.
good luck. All right, next question.
Let's talk about Nestor.
Okay, who's next? Julio.
Yeah.
Oh no, this won't work for you. We got to go
Joel?
to Emma.
Emma, okay.
Emma, he said, they cannot force me to say anything I don't want to say. Who said that? Was it Julio? Fadi Farouk? Or Jacob Blake?
Can't force me to say anything I don't want to say.
Can I have a sidebar with Emma? Because I have.
Yeah.
Can I really? Emma,
Yeah, why
Emma,
not?
listen-
We're not making
Okay, I'm not going to give her the answer. I just want to help her with her thinking. She
All right, help
first
her.
said she was going to go to Julio, and then she said she couldn't. So
I
just,
can
you
only
know-
say, knowing the right answer, don't listen to him.
Does he know something we don't know?
it.
No, he doesn't. I know the answer. I wrote the.
I don't know the answer. I'm just
I have no
using. I'm just
Okay.
using.
He's using logic.
Yeah.
And I figured that, so I don't put. I worked the other way around. I made it illogical.
What are the choices again?
Julio,
And who are these people, by the way?
Fadi or Jacob Blake. And I don't know who that Fadi dude is. When I hear that name, it reminds me of Princess Diana and her boyfriend when they crashed. So it makes me sad.
Girlfriend.
It's a Muslim name, yeah, for sure.
That's some Shaheen.
Makes me very sad. Uh-oh, I hear some.
All right, come on, Emma. We only got an hour show here, so we.
I hear footsteps.
Okay, I'll go with the first one.
Julio?
Julio said it. They can't make me say anything I don't want to.
Is it Julio?
That's a good answer, I think. No.
No, it's wrong. He might have said something like that in his life, but
Yeah, I
more
think he said
recently in the news this week, Coyote. I even forget his last name. There's a nice sticker though of Trump.
Where'd you go? Don't be a liberal. Come
Hey,
on.
Emma and Angel
Wow.
both have the same
Yeah, it won't have the same
sticker.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's both of us.
Where you get that from?
Good for Halloween. Good for Halloween.
Thank you. He didn't find my stickers in my car. That's probably because my car's a shit show.
Okay, can I say the answer and then we'll move on? Fadi
Grocery outlet.
Fadi is a store owner in Louisville. He armed himself with an AK-47, and he's out there to protect his store. And the Black Lives Matters people are yelling at him to say Black Lives Matter, to say her name, Breonna Taylor, and he won't say it. He didn't. He said, "I'm not going to say it," and he said they can't force me to say anything I don't want to say.
So okay, so why couldn't Julio get that question? I don't understand that then.
Because
he knew it wasn't him, I guess, because that was the guess by Emma.
He would have picked himself.
Okay.
All right, here we
But
go.
I did say that. I did say that.
I think you
ain't
did.
saying
Yeah,
shit.
Myself.
I think that was the right
He
answer.
didn't make the news, though. He
Oh,
didn't
I
make the
said
news.
I ain't saying shit. That's
Yeah.
what I said.
Okay.
I'm not saying
Okay.
I don't blame you.
So Julio, you can go next. I feel like there's a feather stuck on me somewhere, and this is probably not the
Get that
right
feather.
for this. But okay, let's move ahead. Julio,
Yeah.
one of these celebrities did not date Katie Holmes. Which one? Tom Cruise, Henry
Cavill.
Cavill, thank you, or Jamie Foxx?
Cavill.
It is correct.
Yes.
Tom Cruise was married to Katie Holmes, and Jamie
He
Foxx
said looking up
actually
Fox.
dated Katie Holmes. So very good answer, Julio.
She left him and he broke up.
Very good answer by you.
Yeah,
That's
they're no
really
longer
astute.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Joel, you're up next. He once told Lorne Michaels, "You make our money, but you don't hire Hispanics for the SNL cast." He is George Lopez, Horatio Sanz, or Julio Rodriguez.
Oh boy, Julio's all over the place.
George Lopez, Horatio Sanz, or Julio Rodriguez.
Let's see here. I know the first guy, George Lopez. He's a comedian.
Yeah, yeah.
So either
Only ours.
you make money. You see what told that to
You
I
make
don't
our
think George
money.
Lopez.
He
Make
said,
our money, but you don't
Since I
hire
never-
you make our money, but you don't hire Hispanics. That was told to Lorne Michaels by who?
I'm going to say the second guy because I never heard of him, but
Horatio
George Lopez is a
Sanz.
comedian.
Horatio.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Horatio Sanz was on SNL, as a matter of fact. He was a cast member.
George
the man-
Lopez.
George Lopez never said anything about Lorne Michaels.
Oh, okay.
I think he's hoping still to get on that show. But Julio Rodriguez, the guy sitting to my left here on my screen, what did you say to Lorne Michaels?
Oh my God.
Yeah, you making a lot of money, but there's no Hispanics. I'm telling him, you have no.
Julio doesn't know what he said, apparently.
He's frozen.
There's no Hispanics, and you're still
You
making money off it
get
because
them
we
every
watch
week.
it. You know, there's over a
Wait a
million people. You know, so he threw me out.
I mean, you walked up.
He got said,
You
"Who are
walked
you?"
up to.
He got security. Get him out of here. So
Oh my God. You walked up. I mean, during the show of Saturday Night Live.
I didn't know who he was. I like he was a little guy. I didn't know who the fuck he was. I was just there at the.
He was at NBC at the set. When they rehearse all week for Saturday Night Live. I know that because I've worked that show.
Yeah, so when I was there and I see all these people, and then he just happened to be there, and I'm like, man, they ain't got not one Hispanic cast member, but still Saturday Night Live is making all this money with people that watch this show. And he goes,
Hispanics.
"Who are you?" I said, "My name is Julio. I'm a comedian." He's like, "Security."
Yeah. As soon as you said comedian. If you would have said something else,
Yeah, man.
my name is Julio. I'm the janitor. Oh, okay.
To tell you the truth, I
Get back to work.
I wanted to see if I was going to impress him. He's going to say, "Okay, I'm going to make you a cast member," but it didn't
You gotta
work out.
go with clergy.
Clergy.
Clergy. That's where you get all of the doors open.
Yeah, well, I could see how you could impress him and make a good impression by saying you're a racist, you fuck.
Yeah, getting up in his face always works. That always
That's
works.
the way to get on the show.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was.
that would
I
work.
found out later. They go, "Who the hell did you talk to?" And I'm like, "Well, he was like a little Jewish guy, you know."
Okay, next question.
Angel's real interested in your little story.
Sorry.
On Michaels.
Joel.
I'm like, who?
Joel's up.
Lauren Michaels. I said, oh, fuck.
You know, I haven't gone yet.
Huh?
Because I haven't gotten to you yet, baby doll.
Oh, okay.
We got more questions. Don't worry.
Like I got in my screen, I'm going to Joel, and then you're in my bottom right corner.
Well, you went to
Okay.
Joel already, though.
Did I?
Yes, you just did, Joel.
I thought fucking why did Julio talk so long?
Yeah, I didn't answer the question. No one knew except.
Okay, well Julio talked so long I thought it was his turn.
No. Julio was the
Yeah.
answer to that question. So,
I lost track. ADD kicked in. I'm like,
you know, it's your emotional involvement with your
wine. I
it's
can't
your
put up-
emotional involvement with your soon-to-be divorce. That's the problem. I know.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to count my I was looking at
Well,
how
what you should have done is what most of my clients who are smart do when they know they have to divorce their husband. Maybe I'm giving you some information. Keep it quiet. What you start to do is take money out of the accounts and suck it away,
okay,
right?
track.
So you got a nice nest egg when you.
You
Hey, I'm
don't-
divorcing. Fuck you. I'm not giving you anything. You don't have to. I got it.
Or
Oh, you
just
definitely got to
live
keep a
life.
separate account.
Or-
Okay, does no one think that I would have thought of
Yeah,
that?
but Angel,
I have no access.
yeah, but Angel, what you're not getting is that, look, stay with him so you can make his life miserable. That's what you do.
Oh no, that's a regular marriage. Come on.
Category.
Huh?
That's what I do.
think I'm scoring very high. I think if you ask him, he would say like this.
Just kidding.
She's a
Just
kid.
kidding. I'm that last statement by me.
Killing it. Anyway,
Moving on to Lenny.
Don't do it, Angel. Don't do it.
My wife watched the show.
Lenny,
Yes. Yes.
one of these people Rack did not direct in an improv group. Would that be Amy Schumer, Jamie Kennedy, or Lucy Liu? He did not direct them in an improv group.
I've had people before they became celebrities in my improv groups over the years. So
I would say Lucy Liu.
that is correct, sir. Very good. Very astute.
And
Tried
again, that was just logic because I figured you threw an Asian in there just to throw somebody off,
You
right?
figured right, sir. You and Julio are on the money today. What can I tell you?
Okay, well, so I guess, Reverend, you're up next.
That's me.
Oh, this is gonna be easy for you too. It's a musical question for 300. Mark Brown played bass on this star's 22 gold albums, but never got profits from the records. Okay. This star was James Brown, Amy Winehouse, or Prince.
I'm gonna say James Brown.
Incorrect. It was Prince.
Wow, I'm surprised. In this
James
day-
Brown and Prince were noted for being cheap, but in this instance, it was Prince himself. He promised this guy. It's interesting. I read the article today about it. Mark Brown was a bassist, and he promised him, "Go on tour with me. I'm going to give you a percentage of my profits from the tour." And Prince was making money hand over fist. You know what he got after the tour was over for the bonus? He was only getting $2,000 a week to play with him, and the bonus was $15,000.
That's all he gave him.
That's all he get, and it was like a year tour. And Prince had gotten hundreds of millions of dollars, obviously, from the tour.
So he
Sad.
Well, that's more than I make right now. I
Well, he
might.
did give him a percentage, but the percentage was very little.
Yeah,
0.01.
yeah, really, a very, very little.
Okay, I got it. This is very important information to get out there. Let me get up here. Let me get a little quieter. One of my friends, I'm not going to say who, told me about a website. It's called Daystay or something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think it's for?
What's it called?
I got to get the right name. Something like Daystay.
Is it like it gives you hotels that will rent to you for like 2 or 3 hours? All right. I've heard of those. A number of people have mentioned it to me, but I've never figured it out.
I just heard about this last night.
What is that for again?
Why
I
is
got
that?
to get the website exactly.
But why is that news? That's been
Because
hour rate hotels forever.
People knew, no, I don't mean shitty hotels, Lenny. I
Oh.
mean like decent hotels. Like
Yeah.
decent hotels now rent by the block.
Yeah, 3 hours or whatever.
9 to 5 when you're supposed to be at work.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm going to find out the name of it. We'll go to the next question. What is the name of that website? You know, you got to be careful too what you search on your phone. I mean, I see a lot of TV shows and people search about how to kill people and some shit comes back to blow them up. And I'm not going to jail. So I always have questions in my head, but I don't ever search on them.
Okay.
What is the name of the hookup? The slutty.
Do we have any more trivia questions though? While
We
we're,
do. Hold on.
I know that that's important to get that 3-hour hookup hotel thing.
Yeah, website hookup.
I mean, I'd like to know it too. If you
I
find
know.
it.
I mean, why wouldn't we all want to know this? I mean, all of our hundreds.
I know why I want to know it, and
Hear
you don't
this.
have to use your imagination. You know why I want to know it. So let me know.
Yeah, I mean, all of our viewers want to know, and I'm just trying to get the information out there, right? We'll get to the next question.
Yes. Okay.
Emma.
Aaron Kaczynski says she sees Trump looking at you, Emma.
Oh yeah, that's my man.
He's looking at your butt.
Yeah. She
He's
says,
like
Karen
in
Kaczynski says, good morning,
sparkles.
funny people on Facebook.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Okay, next question, Emma.
You see, we're getting fans out there because of Emma with her Trump
Yes, we are. It's true. It's true.
book cover there.
I
Okay.
like it. So, Emma, solely because he is a Chinese American, Rack is eligible for what?
New York
NYU.
Independent International Film Festival Comedy Best Short for Asian American Comedic Short.
Oh, that's
I
Good,
like how
good
Rack
answer, but not
pulls-
the right answer. Good answer,
No,
but
Rack pulls whatever race card he needs that day. You know,
Okay. Let's
is Rack hat part black? No, everybody's like, no. He's like, yes, I am. So Rack just rolls with whatever he wants. But
right. Let's go with today's question though.
today's
Right.
question,
Rack, good at pool. Rack.
solely because he is Asian American. Rack qualifies for what? Would it be New York University Medical School, NYU, Med? Free Asian massages at the Occidental Beauty Spa in Chinatown? Or he qualifies to be a spy for communist China? It's a very serious question. Take your time.
For communist China.
That is correct. As a matter of fact, in the New York Post today, they say that communist Chinese agents scour social media accounts, just like our show, to see if any Chinese Americans are leaning towards the homeland, so to speak. And then they try to recruit them to be spies. There was an NYPD cop who just got busted for being a Chinese spy. He was spying on people from Tibet. And I dare say my girlfriend told me about this one person she knows who actually reports to the consulate. And I was like, yeah, she's a spy, but she's a low-level, nothing spy, so I'm not even going to turn her in.
She's a pretty spy.
They busted him.
Okay, so for my friend that can remain unnamed, I said, what is the name of that slutty website hookup hotel?
Theyuse.com.
She says, I'm offended. Ha ha ha. Dayuse.com.
Dayuse.com. Okay, I got it.
There's another one though, the same thing. It's because I just looked it up. It's hotels by the hour, and it's called By Hours. Or
B-Y or B-Y?
There's a bunch of them. BYHORS.
B-Y. All right.
And there's
I'm going to be looking into those.
There's Daybreak Hotels. There's a whole bunch of them apparently.
Dayuse. Dayuse.
Dayuse.
That got Emma's attention.
Can you see Emma? There it is, right there.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. That's
All right.
very helpful.
Okay, so see, that's a public service announcement everyone was excited about. We do have some good information on the
We
show.
surely do. Something I could use finally.
Yeah.
Besides
Well,
some of
get
Ben's
some
food.
clients
I
Because
could use some
need
of
to
that
make-
Venus schnitzel he's eating over there.
I'm about to have to prostitute myself.
They use hotels in my area. Look.
Oh, why? Are they decent?
Let me see.
Depends on the price, as usual.
Got one called the Hampton Inn. That's a real nice one. That's in
That's
Shell.
okay.
The Mayflower Motel.
That doesn't sound good. That does not
No,
sound
the
good.
Mayflower doesn't sound good. Things came over on that.
America, and you have that.
I'm gonna look at mine too. Let's all look and see what we have.
Yeah,
It's the
Day use
I won't name
hotel.
the town.
You know how many?
The
There's 80
motoring.
hotels. 80 hotels.
A hotel room for, oh, and she did mention that, yes, you can cancel right up to the last minute and you don't pay until you get.
Oh, I know one. I know one. The Derby Motoring. That one? No.
Okay.
Derby, no, there is no Derby.
What?
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Oh, they even have a magazine on this one, day use. Well, fuck, the prices are the same as if you use it for the whole night.
Yes, you're right. I'm not
89
seeing a
in New
deal
York,
here.
at least. 89, 79.
And
It's
in
not-
fact, this place right here where I was gonna stay if I didn't go down to visit perhaps my friend in Florida.
Yeah.
It was $150 a night, and now it says $198 for day use. Fuck this. My friend gave us bad advice.
Yeah, but they know it's hoeing.
You could just rent it for the whole day,
Yeah, just
a whole evening, you know what I mean,
or
overnight.
find a friend. Find somebody that's got like a night hookup. You got a day hookup. You can split
Yeah,
that.
or find 2 or 3 Johns.
No shit, I need that. I gotta make some money over here.
Keep
Emma.
it going, exactly.
Okay, next up, Julio.
Yeah, these prices, $100 for this is not cheap.
No, it's not cheap at all. I thought it was gonna be $30, you know what I mean, for 3 hours.
Immediately.
Fuck that. I'll rent it overnight. I don't give a fuck if I walk out after 2
How
hours.
about this? So if we had to give it the thumbs up or the thumbs down for dayuse.com, thumbs down.
And we did say we were going to criticize the internet, so we are. Here we go.
Yeah, that's some shit.
Don't do
Okay,
it, man.
so Julio.
Don't do it.
Julio. This happened on June 25th, 1950. You were born. Elvis Presley made his first record, or North Korea invaded South Korea. June 25th, 1950.
Julio has to think it over because he can't remember his birthday.
North
So.
Korea invaded South Korea.
It is correct, sir. I don't know how you got that. Because Elvis Presley, actually, you were born in 53, right? Elvis Presley did his first record in 53, but North Korea invaded South Korea in 1950. Thank you,
Dude,
Julio.
I love
Julio's on
Elvis
fire
Presley.
today. He's on fire.
What
Right.
Southern girl doesn't love some Elvis Presley, though? God, I thought I was going to marry him. Okay, next up.
Hey, I was gonna be Elvis. It didn't work out.
All my dreams are shattered too, Julio. I understand.
Yeah, I know.
Who's there?
Joel?
Joel.
Emma.
All right.
Joel, let's go with Joel. He's.
Emma on my screen, but we'll go with Joel. Sure.
Let's go with Joel because
Give me a normal
Joel.
question.
Yeah, he didn't make it the last time. So.
All right, boss. We got you. Joel.
Oh, bad day.
8 remaining
Yes.
Supreme Court justices have this in common with RAC. They are all New York lawyers. They all went to Ivy League schools, or they all have law and master's degrees.
Let's see. That is it's either 2 or 3 because I know you went to an Ivy League school.
Getting like
So,
feathers and starting to fluff them out.
Damn.
Okay, you want to hear the choices?
I'm gonna
again?
have to toss up.
Wait. Hear the
Yeah, let me
choices
hear the choices
again.
again. Let me think.
Okay, the choices again are, this is what they have in common with our own love of our world, RAC. They are all New York lawyers. They all went to Ivy League schools, or they all have law and master's degrees. I mean, if I had to guess, I know what I'd say.
All 3?
I'd take C.
Not all.
I would
three.
say I would say 2 and 3.
Okay, you would be wrong.
Okay, I'll say.
It's just number 3.
I would say 3.
No, it's number 2.
3. Number 3.
2.
It's number 2.
It is
Because
number 2.
here's the
I was
deal.
going to go with that.
All of them are not. They're not all New York lawyers. As a matter of fact.
No, no.
Um,
Right.
Number 1, I
Yeah,
am.
I do know.
Number 2, we did all go to Ivy League. I didn't go to a law school for Ivy League, but I have a I have a journalism degree from Columbia, so that's Ivy League. Number 3, what was number 3 again?
Law degree and a master's degree. And
I have a master's, I have a law degree, but most of them, they only have law degrees.
Oh, okay. That was what
All
I
right.
thought would be the answer.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, next up,
All right.
Lenny.
So you got 2 wrong there, Joe. You didn't get one
Lynn.
right. Not one right today. Julio hit them all.
Damn.
Yeah.
So Lenny,
Oh,
I'll
boy,
be in
you both think.
Parkland if you want to feel better and come on a road trip.
Where are you going to be?
Parkland.
Parkland.
No, it's near Fort Lauderdale, West Palm.
Oh,
Didn't they have the high school shooting over there?
Yeah, they did. Why you gotta bring that shit up?
Oh, Parkland. Oh, yeah, Parkland High School. That's right.
Parkland High School.
Yeah, they had a
Yes,
nice.
Rack.
shooting
I'm
over
gonna visit Joni, who Rack met. Steve met her too, but we're obviously not able to get his feedback on her at this point.
I felt very intimidated by her. She's an extremely wealthy woman, and she's the kind of person that I see she's a nice person, but I don't feel like myself around her because she's too rich. It's that kind of thing.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's one of those for the.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Did you see the house she's trying to sell? She's like,
Yeah.
and she's offhanded about it. Look at this, Angel got her to take out pictures of the house she's selling, and she's showing me it. I'm like, whoa, it looks nice. And then she goes,
Well, I just was
yeah,
like,
it's
hey,
asking like 2.5 million. And I'm like, whoa, what? And that's not her only house. Am I right?
She was up at her summer house.
Yeah, and she was talking about,
Long
I
Island.
always invest in real estate and all this. I mean, I was more intimidated by her because she was a woman, I have to admit, and she was that kind of wealthy. If I met Trump, which I did, I wouldn't be as intimidated as I was with her.
So you intimidated by rich women? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Absolutely right, especially on that level.
Yeah, me too. I think they intimidate me.
And I started reviewing my own life. Like, damn it, she's younger than me.
Yeah, she's younger than me.
Yeah, how did she get all that? And look at me.
Well, I mean,
I've been working my whole life.
Yeah, but
And like, this is not right. I'm a loser. I realized at that moment.
Okay, but wait, let me just tell you, she's a very sweet person, and she grew up in this working class family with 3 sisters. She's the oldest. There's one younger, and then they're twins. Her dad was electrician, and he was actually an electrician in the Twin Towers the day of 9/11. His best friend from high school worked there with him as an electrician, and called him on the radio and was saying like, hey, can you get me? Can you get me? Can you get me? And her dad got out. His best friend did not. But she grew up she made this on her own. Like, it's not.
I didn't say that.
She's self-made. She's
self-made. I didn't even know how she made it, how she got it, whatever. It was just like it threw me. It was like being in like a high school, and you suddenly realize that you're the loser, you're the nerd, you're the weirdo.
Angel, I got the answer.
Since I've gotten older, I'm not intimidated by any woman at all. Really, I don't understand, because I know what I'm capable of. So I'm pretty.
Is she good looking? Is she good looking?
She's good looking too. Yeah, very.
Yeah, I'll definitely be
better.
I was very intimidated. I was afraid to say anything because, but you know what it was? I couldn't be myself because it changed me. I don't know if you noticed that weekend.
Yeah, no, I did notice because you left quickly.
Yeah, I was too nervous. I was like, I'm gonna say the wrong thing. I'm gonna become like a Julio at that moment.
But she's not like that. Let me tell you, I was at her house one time, and there was a pile of stuff in the corner. And I'm like, what's all that? And she's like, Goodwill stuff. I go over there, I'm like, Louis Vuitton bag? Why is it in the Goodwill pile? And she's like, the zipper's broken. I was like, fuck that, that's mine now.
Well, you know what it is? Now I have an answer for you, Angel. You could move to Florida.
Oh no, if it weren't for Grant, I would. But she did sell that house, right? 2 weeks.
Well, take Grant with you.
I can't really move out of state because of his dad and I have 50-50.
50-50? Well, you could come back up to Georgia. It's okay. It's not a problem.
We do week on, week off. So I've got 3 more years before I can really fly out of the nest.
Then you might as well just stay married to Bill for 3
man,
years.
you know what? Bite the bullet for 3 years there.
Bite the bullet.
And stash money away.
Start draining the money out. Start draining the swamp.
Open a separate account.
Put it away. And then go, Guillermo, bye-bye now.
Hard.
Fuck out of here.
Okay, we only have one left. Let's get it out, and then we're
Thank
gonna
God.
be
Thank
fast and
God.
done with the show today. Joel, you're up.
What do you
Try to
Okay.
get this one. Try to think this one through, though.
All right. I'm all through.
Ready?
Give us your mental process on the
Yeah.
question. Here we go.
Okay.
Zip me again.
Okay. He said, being a black man in America is not easy. That person is Jacob Blake, Ken Barron, or Dominic Smith. Being a black man in America is not easy. Is your dad here? Oh, my baby's leaving for his week.
Bye.
Later, Grant.
Oh, man.
Go to
Take it
Florida, man. Florida, dude. Florida. Anyway.
You got all your stuff?
Hey,
He's literally only been back for like the time we've been on the show.
Oh, that's sad.
He's been gone since Thursday.
You wasted it with the time with him now.
tell Grant
yeah.
to get a haircut. All right. That's
Oh,
it.
shit.
Get a haircut.
You know what happened? He decided on his own to cut like right here, and so it's like right like that. So he's trying to grow it out to match the rest before
Like
he.
that.
No,
Yeah.
no. Cut it off and start over again.
But what that is, that's the Alpharetta High School boy haircut.
Yeah, but no, forget
Not
all
my
that.
favorite.
Haircut, man. Haircut, dude.
Dude, I was happy you had on a polo pullover and not some stupid t-shirt.
All right, let's go to the last question.
Yeah,
Julio, by the
yeah,
way, it's ironic. Julio with no hair is telling Grant to get a haircut.
Get a haircut, man.
Okay, so
I had a haircut,
Jealous.
by the way.
I'm
Joel.
intimidated.
Oh, okay. Since I have no idea, I'll
you want
follow
me
the
to give you
lead.
them again, or you got it?
Wait,
I'll
here's the-
say Ken Barron. Ken Barron.
Ken Barron. You think Ken Barron said it's hard to be a black man in America?
I'm gonna guess that's
I don't know who said it. Oh, so I'm guessing here. Jacob Blake.
No.
Number one.
You're really
Dominic
off today. You are so off.
I'm off today. I have no idea.
Dominic
In other
Smith
words,
of
I
the
have
New
no-
York Mets, and because of him, everybody, when they were playing, especially the New York Mets, would have like a moment of silence with both teams. And I think the day after he said it, at that first game, they all walked off the field like they didn't play that game.
Oh.
Even the opposing team, like they all took a moment of silence and then they just left and didn't come
Oh.
back.
I have
What
a
was the
question.
silence?
I'm a Yankee fan, so I don't
Who
want to know
said,
that.
who said, it smells like you were with another man?
Kobe Bryant's wife,
No.
Vanessa Bryant.
me
No.
and my first husband.
No.
Julio's wife.
No.
Julio's wife said that to Julio.
To Julio, he's been with another man?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
It smells like it. It smells like it. What's that
I
smell
don't
like?
know
Chicken.
who said that.
said
Jacob
it?
Blake, after he, digitally whatever, and then said that's what he said to the woman before he ran outside and started all that trouble.
What?
Yeah.
Well, he got shot, so don't worry about it. He's good.
Right, he did. I remember hearing that.
Yeah, he did say that. Well, at least it's been reported.
There's a lot of that on paternity court.
You smell like another man.
Yeah, you've been
Or
there.
the women
Another
are-
man been in there. What's going on?
I don't know what other men smell like. I go around smelling men, so
I know what they smell like. I've been in locker rooms. I know what they smell like. I don't
I've
like
heard-
that smell. That's why I don't go to the health club. I call
wait
it
a
the health
minute,
club.
wait a minute. I have a question for Angel and Emma. What kind of perfume do you girls use?
I like Alien. I use
Alien?
Alien.
How about you, Angel?
I'm like a diehard Coco Mademoiselle, Coco Chanel Mademoiselle.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you girls smell good. I like that. Good smell.
I have this new thing that I
There's
found.
some. There's one. I don't know the name of it. I think every stripper and every whore uses this one.
It's called Vanilla.
It is nasty. I'm like, oh, it gives me a headache.
It's Victoria's Secret, Bed Bath Beyond, whatever, vanilla. They
smells
all smell
really
like
bad.
vanilla.
Like, oh,
You know what, Julio? A little bit of trivia for you. Strippers, if they know what they're doing, they don't wear perfume. when
Because they
they're
don't want to get you caught.
exactly, exactamente,
They don't wanna
exactly
get
right.
you
Thank
caught.
you, Angel. When you have lap dances, that smell gets on you if they're wearing heavy perfume.
Yeah.
So
But they all do smell the same.
they probably put like eau de toilette, so to
Yeah,
speak, and just
vanilla
dab it.
powder.
But they
all
don't put on
vanilla.
heavy perfume because it can get on
But
your clothes.
It smells bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the glitter, oh my God, the glitter.
the glitter and all that. I don't want that shit on me, man. What are you crazy?
I had to teach Grant one time, like I was messing with Bill about having glitter on him. So then
He went down to the health
a couple
club.
years later,
I mean, to the strip
Grant says, "Mom, you have glitter on you. Where you been?"
club. Ooh.
I was like, "Dude, no, that's not your mom."
I'm gonna start wearing glitter.
Yeah,
No,
if
if
you
you
wear it all the
get
time,
glitter
then
on
you can't get
that
caught.
shit off, dude. I worked in
Oh, wait a minute.
senior
Let me
citizen
disinfect. Let me
activity.
disinfect. Wait a minute.
I came home with glitter on me constantly.
What's the name of that comedian? He was on the country tour of those comedians. Ron Shelton.
Oh, Ron White?
Ron White.
Ron White.
Dude,
He's
Bill
funny as
ran
hell.
into
He's
him
funny.
at
He
the
drinks
freaking
for
golf
real.
course.
He really
What?
drinks with liquor. He's like,
And then in the strip club.
Yeah, and he has one of those lines in his act, and he goes, "And I do not smell like stripper."
yeah.
No, Bill ran into him at a golf
Well, he
club
talks
and
about
then
his
the
kids.
stripper place.
He
Like,
talks about his kids staring at him. Like, I wake up and my kids are staring at me, and I tell them, "What the fuck are you looking at?" You know I'm a good daddy.
I love him. He's very
look at
funny.
me
I've
now.
seen him in person a couple of times. He's very funny.
That whole group was really funny. What was the name of that tour? That's a country.
The Foxworthy.
Oh no, what would you do? Let me see.
No, that
How
was
do you know that you're a redneck?
No,
That's
that's
Jeff Foxworthy.
no. The name of the tour was. It's like a fuck it. Let me look it up.
Ron White, Larry the Cable Guy, and
Jeff Foxworthy.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But
Jake Foxworthy was hysterical. I love Jeff Foxworthy.
Blue collar comedy tour.
Thank
Blue collar
you.
comedy tour.
Am I not right?
You were right if you said it. I didn't hear you because Julio was talking.
Yeah, sorry.
I didn't say the exact name Blue Comedy Tour.
You know who else? D.L. Hughley. I was at a show. I was right on the stage, and that guy was drinking. I don't know what it was, either brandy or bourbon. The whole first show, and by the end, and he went extra time. He was half in the bag, and he had another show to do that night. I can't imagine what it was going to be like at night when he had to do his second show.
Well, Dave Chappelle. I don't know if he still does it, but he would go out totally ripped on marijuana.
Yeah, he smokes pot. Yeah,
and even a friend of mine was watching him, and he's like, "That motherfucker's high on dope." Obviously, when he's performing.
Yeah, he performed.
Back in the day.
Stoned. He was a stoner. D.L. Hughley. He's the new voice for black people because he's the new Whoopi. You know, he's the one that knows all the answers of I know what it is to be black in America. Yeah, you are black and you are making a lot of money. So shut up.
That's what I was gonna ask you guys. Do you guys know
there's only one professional superstar, sportsman that I respect for his word, and that was Muhammad Ali, because he gave up everything. He gave up his money, he gave up his fame, and to what he believed in. See, that I believe. But when you get these assholes like fucking LeBron talking about how bad it is, but you're still worth $500 million, you're talking shit. When you're making all this money and you're black, you got it.
Okay.
Most black people don't get that, and you got it.
Officer Tatum?
Thank you, racist Julio. Thank you.
And I'm a
You guys
racist.
know who that is, Officer
I ain't
Tatum?
got it. And I don't give a shit. And
Okay, Julio, pipe down.
All these Puerto Ricans that hate Donald Trump, fuck you too.
Fuck you too, listen up.
Julio is a self-hating Puerto Rican.
No, I'm not self-hating.
You guys know.
Look, I'm not Puerto Rican by choice. I have no choice. This is it.
I'm not black by choice, but I'm loving
This
it.
is it. I mean, what that
I'm not saying shit.
I have to work with what I got with.
Me neither.
I got.
I can't even get questions right. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Look.
Don't say anything.
I'm for real. Listen,
Go ahead.
everybody, another PSA. Do
Okay.
you guys know who Officer Tatum is?
Yes, I do. Yes,
Freaking
Tatum.
love him.
I love Tatum.
Me too.
He was an Arizona policeman. Yes, I follow him.
And
I do too.
He's cool. He
If
says
you
it
guys
the way
don't
it is.
follow
You
him, you gotta follow Officer Tatum.
Yeah.
He's freaking-
because
Look, sick of LeBron James right there.
Look at that motherfucker too.
Officer Tatum will talk about dudes and he'll say it the way it is. Look.
oh, you know,
I
it's so
love
funny. LeBron James and company, like NBA this year.
And look at this.
Everyone was
Another
going to listen to.
RBG Sympathy Tour. Like, you guys gotta watch this dude. He's funny as shit.
Well, listen. Besides promoting somebody else, I found it very. I found it very funny. LeBron James, like everyone in the NBA, said whatever he says, we're going to do or not do. So they go, okay, we're not going to play because LeBron says we're not playing the rest of the season because they're all pissed off about the number of people killed by the police, and then LeBron James decides, okay, well, we are going to play, but we'll just sit out one game. That's the big protest.
That's not a
Shut. If you really want to protest, shut down. There's more blacks. Am I right, Emma? There's more blacks in basketball than any other race.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play at all. Just say we're not coming back.
But what happens is that
We're not coming back until there's equality and until the police are defunded or whatever the plan is.
Yeah, but that's a breach of contract and they'll lose all that money. You
I
think they
know.
wanna do
I know.
that?
Are they selfish? Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They should disperse. Stop
Are
playing
they
basketball.
selfish? Yes, they are.
Get into
They
the
should do like
communities.
Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali said, I'm not going to the army, and that's it. And he stood with what the hell he wanted to. And they said, well, if you don't, we're gonna take away your title. Yep. I don't give a fuck. I'm still not joining.
That's integrity right there.
That's what you call a real man. A man that put it on the line. So I respect him for that a lot. And believe me, before that, I didn't like him that much because he was talking a lot of shit. But
Like
you know
Trump.
something? He was
He
talking
talks
the
shit
truth.
like Trump does.
No, I always rooted for him when he was Cassius Clay and Muhammad. I always thought he was the coolest guy. To me, when I was a kid, I remember listening. I listened on the radio to his fights against Sonny Liston and all. No, that guy was really cool.
Oh yeah.
It's some people are like that. It's like I hate that. The governor of Florida, the current governor. One of the things that really impressed me in the election before the election, he was a congressman from Florida. And when he decided to run for the governorship, as a Republican, he said, "Listen," he resigned from Congress. Now he didn't have he didn't have a whole long time. He said, "I don't think it's fair if I'm going to come down there and campaign and stuff. I don't think it's fair for me to be up here or for me to be collecting a check as a congressman because I'm running for governor." Oh, and by the way, the guy he ran against was again arrested in a hotel for with drugs and the whole deal.
Crackhead. He was a crackhead.
Yeah, Gilliam. Yeah,
But that's why I don't get it with the RBG, making her out to be a hero. And first of all, she caused the problem we now face. She did it because she stayed in being a Supreme Court justice well past her expiration date. She had already had like 3 or 4 types of cancer 10 years ago. She should have, and she could have, even if she wanted to help the Democrats, she could have timed it like, okay, I'm going to resign during Obama's administration, so he'll have the chance. She kept sticking around, and unfortunately, I could have told her, listen, and she has a trainer, 4 types of cancer, and you have a trainer? Come on. I would have told her, listen, Ruth.
Well, I got to read that book.
Yeah, Ruth, you got to take... You got to go out now, Ruth, before it's too late, and you're going to cause a crisis. And that's exactly what she did.
I saw a quote today. This woman that Trump nominated, she's going to go through the door that RBG opened and close it for everyone else behind her. I look at that shit. I go, you have no fucking idea what this woman is going to do when she gets on the bench. She may have a more conservative view of the world, but that doesn't mean technically, you're supposed to interpret the Constitution. You're not supposed to have any political opinion because if the Supreme Court is political, then it's bullshit.
But them judges, the nine judges they got, that doesn't affect me one fucking bit. You think I give a fuck that this woman died? I don't care. Like, look, I'm happy. Oh, they're gonna nominate somebody. Good, do it. Do what you gotta do. I don't care. They're like, oh, it's not fair. Her last wish was, we should have a new president. I'm like, you're dead. You're done.
It does affect you a lot, though. The decisions that court makes has a great effect on on our lives. Maybe even sometimes more so than the assholes in Congress, because there's so many things that have come out of that that they because of their decisions. So
Oh, you know something? Whatever decision.
And if the selection goes bad,
it's okay with me. You know why? Because I still don't want to leave this country. I still want to live here, and I still love it, and I ain't going nowhere. So.
Well, I want to live here, but I want everybody to quit being so damn stupid.
Well, they are. There's nothing you can do about
to the
stupidity.
president.
Stupidity is the new DNA.
I'm getting upset again. Like, I don't even know how people were not raised properly in this world. Like, nobody, just respect them.
Well, I'll tell you what. I saw a video this week of a kid. He was probably in his 20s. He was standing on like a table or a platform. He had a couple of chairs set up, and in it he had a huge bale of barbed wire. And then he's yelling some shit. And this is a video. It's probably on TikTok. He takes off his shirt, turns around, and flips back into the barbed wire, and then starts screaming. And I'm looking at this going, what kind of asshole, what kind of insanity would make you do that? Why in God's name would you, with a bareback, would you fly off a table and land in a bale of barbed wire?
How did he feel? How did he feel?
This guy's probably old enough to vote. He can vote. So that, it's like, oh man, that's part of the problem, that you have people who are.
Okay, I got a really quick, funny story about voting, real quick. So when I still worked in assisted living and my girl Katie worked with me, we had the whole bus full of the peeps. We were taking them to vote. Well, I didn't have something I needed, right? So we're in the voting place. I decide to act like I'm from memory care, that I don't work there. And I get to the desk and they're like, we need this and this. I'm like, I only have this. I have this. And they're like, no, you need this, this, this. I was like, Katie, you told me I didn't need anything else. I pitched a big ass fit. All the residents are laughing their asses off. I can't believe she's doing this in public. And I kept that up too till I got back on that bus and had to buckle my peeps in. I ran with it. I just acted like I was in memory care. So if you have trouble with something, I think that's what I would suggest.
Did you get to vote? You voted?
Yeah, I voted. And my other peeps love me so much, they gave me all their stickers. They're like, I voted with the peaches. I'm covered up in them. Oh my God, I missed
Well, can I just give an overall statement? Let's face it.
Let's hear it, boss.
A lot of idiots in the country, and that's true of a lot of countries or every country. I don't find that unusual. Joe mentioned that we're divided. The country was always divided, so to speak. There's always been people on one side and the other. All that it is now, it's all exaggerated because of the media, even what we're doing. 20 years ago, we would not be doing this together. We might be having conversations. I might know Julio and we chat and so forth, or Joel. We wouldn't be able to talk across barriers, across countries, like Ken is in Germany. And so all it is there's more talk than ever. That's all it is. But we're now finding out about people and situations that we never would have known about before. Am I right or wrong? Yeah. So you can paint it one way or the other. If you're black and you have a certain way of looking at the world and you see a cop shooting a guy in the back, you go, oh. And then if you're from the Bronx, like I am, or Julio from another ghetto in Lower Manhattan,
Lower East Side,
you go further. You go, well, wait a minute. What was the guy doing, as Lenny would say, Jacob Blake, before that happened? And then you investigate it and you say, uh-huh.
In other words, nobody's innocent.
It all depends on your perspective. It all depends on your perspective.
It's like, like they when I hear, oh, it's really hard to be a brown or a black person in America. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. You live good. You have a good job. You're driving a nice car. You have a good wife. You have kids in college. You went to college. But you're telling me it's hard to live in America?
And you're Dominic Smith from the Mets who said that.
From the Mets, who got a multi-million-dollar contract.
He got a multi-million. He's crying. He's
He cried
crying because
like a
he
little
watched
bitch.
something on television. Jacob Blake getting shot in the back. How
But
hard?
he's probably he's a professional athlete who's because of his body is able to compete and make a lot of money. But his brain is the size of a freaking pea. He has no brain. He's never probably a lot of them, because they were good athletes, got through school because and didn't have to do very much, and they didn't do very much. A lot of them. LeBron James is an idiot. I mean, they're just they're complete morons. And the other thing is, since a lot of them, they're followers. One of the things about what you're saying, Richard, sometimes I've posted stuff and people will make comments on Facebook. Generally speaking, in many cases, it's always the people who object, to whatever like this, why don't you watch a different news source and I read stuff that people put up that I know that I don't like, and I just keep going. I'm like, why would I get on and have to start saying, hey, what's wrong with you, or you're wrong? Because it's pointless. I mean, but people feel the need to do that. And I think that's what you're talking about. Nowadays, there are a lot of people, because they can get on and they can type out something, think that the world actually gives a shit that they say that they believe that. Who cares?
Well, that's a big thing on TikTok. People are so nasty.
Oh God, they're brutal.
Because they're anonymous. It's the same thing. I mean, I have to say, when I drive in my car, I scream and get mad at everybody because that's, but and you might scream and curse somebody that cut you over, do something. But if you were there in person, you might not do that. But because you're anonymous, they feel that they can let all this shit out. And
social media for you. This is Facebook. This is Twitter. This is all the shit that people can say that would never say you in your face or anybody. They have emotionally, get involved with something that they feel is going to affect them personally. And it's not. It's like, oh, I got 5,000 followers. Who gives a fuck? So what? Tell them to give you $1 a piece a month and see how far that's going to go. So when people talk about what they really feel, they really don't. They just want to see a reaction. Well, like you see people talk, especially TikTok. TikTok has all these people talking so much shit.
Oh, it's the worst.
But I don't see anybody killing anybody. I mean, like, look at the guy that was trying to go through the crowd, right? He got through the crowd, right? He ran through the crowd. He was driving. They got in a car, drove after him, stopped him, and then another car came behind him. They tried to pulling him out the car, right? So he gets away again, and then the cops pull him over and arrest him. I'm like, what the fuck is that about?
By the way, that's part of that law in Florida, Julio. If you're in your car trying to get somewhere and people are blocking the road and you keep trying to go and you happen to run over them, too bad.
Really?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, I mean, because
I will run them over.
Because I've seen a lot of those videos where they're jumping on the car.
Yeah.
So just take off if you're in my way.
It's over on purpose. No, I'm not. Look, you start breaking my windshields, I'm going to run the car, but I'm not running to run away. I'm going to start chasing people with the car to run them over because just to get them. Bloop, 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 bloop. And, you have to do what you got to do. Or if you have a gun, you got to shoot one in the face, right? Right in his fucking face. Well,
I do have a gun. I do have a gun. I have a gun and I have the right to carry it. And I have it because it's a pain in the ass. I'll tell you right now, it's a pain in the ass to carry a gun around. It really is. And it's not comfortable in no matter that I've ever tried.
I have to show you how to strap a gun. I'll show you how to strap a gun.
Well, okay. But I mean, there's a million different ways. I mean, there's a million different types of carrying holsters and all. But it's still.
I think we all know why I'm not allowed to have a gun.
Domestic abuse.
But now I'm thinking to myself, maybe it's time to start trying to carry it again because.
Yeah, but a gun for a woman should be easy to carry. You carry your bag, you have your little pea shooter in there. If you're a man and you want to carry a gun, you never carry a gun on your holster. I mean, on your side. You want to carry your gun on the inside of whatever you're lefty and you have it on your right side of your body on the inside. It's a lot comfortable and people won't notice it until you pull it out. And that's the way we were taught when I was, you have to do.
When he was robbing banks.
Yeah, you rob the bank. If I'm gonna pull it, I'm gonna pull it from here. I'm not gonna pull it from the side. I'm gonna pull it right from here because it's a lot easier, it's smoother. And don't be afraid. Once you pull it out, you got to pull the trigger. You can't just pull it out and show people. You got to like, boom, boom, boom.
That's
But
right.
there's a lot of different type of holsters. I've tried a few. There's kind that fit around you and go inside, and it's uncomfortable to have the gun tucked inside your pants belt.
Well, what kind of gun you got? 357 Magnum?
I do have a 357. That's one of the ones I have.
But which is the one you're gonna carry? Look. When you're out there in the street, you don't need a big gun. You can get
no. But the carry gun I have is a Glock 43. So
no, but that's too big. That's
it's not too big.
He's Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
But
Matters.
I have there is a
money.
company out there if you want to look it up. It's called Sneaky Pete, and they make this thing that looks like I don't have it. I have it inside. It looks like a little larger than a phone case, right? And it hooks on your belt, so people might think, okay, you got your phone in there. It's a little wide, and then you know that's what it's for. So you just flip it up, you pull a gun out, and you can. I just think, I mean, it's really uncomfortable. I don't think there's unless you can just strap it on a belt and walk around with it showing.
The best gun to carry around, the best gun, is the 22 automatics. Because the 22 automatic, it ain't gonna blow your head off, but it can kill you. You know, like you shoot somebody in the head with 22, they're going down.
Yeah, but you know who are you? If you're in a situation that's crazy, especially me, I don't shoot all the time. If you're in a situation that's crazy, you're not going to necessarily shoot somebody in the head because first of all, you're taught to shoot somebody in the middle of the body, and you know, to me,
I get in my car and I see their face. They're getting a bullet in the head, and you know, I'm sorry. It's like. There's two ways of doing it. If I really want to kill somebody, I'm not gonna walk up to you and just kill you. I'll wait, 200-300 yards, set it up, put one in your head, and that's it.
Well, suppose you're eating like we see on the TikTok videos. You're sitting with your wife and you're eating, and across the way here comes the whole Black Lives Matter protest, and they come to your table, and like they've been doing, and they sit right down. They start grabbing your drink and your food, drinking it and eating.
Is that what they're doing?
And they start getting up in your face and they say, Black Lives Matter, say it. Raise your arm or raise your hand. Black Lives Matter. What are you going to do? Let's hear what you think you're going to do.
What I'm going to do? Black Lives Matter? Really?
So the fuck does mine?
Who, motherfucker? Who?
You can't.
Your black ass lives matter? It don't matter right now. It doesn't matter right now. Fuck you. And like, I would have to get into a fight because I'll be throwing shit, all kind of crap.
But there's a lot of them. That's the entire protest against you and your wife.
Wear the t-shirt.
All you do is grab one. You grab one and you hang on to that motherfucker until they all whatever happened, you choking that motherfucker out. That's the look. I'm not a violent guy, but shit, if I'm eating, I mean, there's knives around me, there's forks around me. Believe me, it's not gonna be pretty. It's not. I'm going to jail for something, but. I don't give a Black Lives Matter.
Well, I don't. You can't. Obviously, you can't pull out a gun and shoot them at that point. That would get you.
It would be nice if you could pull out a gun and shoot them.
You can't. So, but the other thing is, in terms of when you're in a high pressure situation like that, like let's say you were in a situation where I gotta do something to protect my life, and you're gonna shoot somebody. You know, cops who are trained and go to the range and have to pass and every other freaking thing. If they get in those situations, how many times have you seen this? Like, well, there was like 78 shots, and the guy got hit like 3 times.
Yeah, because they can't shoot.
Well, but they've been trained and they've been certified. So if you're a normal everyday person who's walking around, and somebody does something, you pull out a gun and start shooting, your chances are not much better than that, and probably a lot less of hitting whoever you're going to be shooting at, unless they're like right in front of you. That's why I remember telling kids, if somebody pulls a gun on you, run as fast as you can in every which way. And the chances of you getting, especially if it's some like crook who never practices, they're never going to hit you with that bullet. It's a miracle.
First of all, you're peeing on yourself. If somebody has a gun on you, right? You're like, oh, shit. And then you're like, the last thing you're thinking is running because you figure if I run, he's gonna shoot me.
That's the point. Especially if you're moving like they're never gonna hit you.
Well, if somebody pulls out a gun and they start talking, they're not shooting.
Yeah, well, I don't know. When if you go to the range and you start, you put the target, 25 feet away, and boom, 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 and that's one thing. But if you're in a situation where, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff and you're worrying for your life and your adrenaline, it's not that easy to hit what you're shooting at.
No.
Yeah, I don't think Julio's answer was realistic. First of all, he doesn't carry a gun, and if the whole entire protest group attacked your table, I don't think you would be doing what you say you're going to be doing. Especially you got your wife there. You're going to worry about your wife.
Yeah,
you're not going to be that kind of confrontational. I don't believe it.
You don't think?
If you think so, let's you and me go to a Black Lives Matter protest and
you
start some shit, and let's see what you do.
Honestly, first of all, I avoid all that shit because look, like I said, if you're looking for it, you're gonna find it. It's real simple. That's easy. But if you're sitting there eating, right? Let's say I'm not with my wife, right?
Yeah.
You know, they walk over. Oh, say Black Lives Matter.
But that's the whole point. You are with your wife. That's when they do it.
If I were with my wife, then I told my wife, go to the bathroom now. Just get up and go to the bathroom. And, you know.
And then you'll go right after her. You'll follow her out.
You walk away. Either you try to walk away because, you know, everybody ain't going to follow you. They're going to say, well, you know, you said Black Lives Matter. I'm like, oh, good for you. I think, fuck, it don't matter to me. I don't give a shit. You know, like,
you're not going to say that. Look, especially you got your wife there.
I would say that. I become a different person when I'm confronted like that. It's that you don't get it, but I get it. You know what I mean? It never happened with you and me because that never happened to me. But I just become a different guy when it comes to that. And, you know, you go life and death, that's it. When you go life and death, and look, I think to a point, you know how they say, when you have a gun, when you use it. If I'm pulling out a gun, I'm using it. I don't give a fuck. Like, the consequences there, you got to do it. I'm pulling it out. It's going. It's going to be blazing. And we're blazing. Let's blaze. Because you can sit there and pull out a gun and talk shit. That don't mean nothing to me. You're going to shoot somebody, then shoot me. That's
no, but
it.
Black Lives Matter they didn't confront anybody with guns. No, not one Black Lives Matter group. They shot some people shot some cops, but they're hiding.
Who's confronting? All the confronters I see that do that are white. Why are they
No, in Rochester it was blacks.
It was all black.
They went into a restaurant. It was a whole table of bachelorette girls, and one of them was Asian. The rest were white. Okay. And they went over to the table and they were like, "You still partying? We shut shit down. Get the fuck out. Black Lives Matter." And one girl ran her hand over the whole table and knocked all their drinks over, and that's when the girls got up.
Yeah, but they left.
But you know what? I like to think that if that happened at my table, I would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Are you a fucking idiot? I would like to think that's my reaction, because I don't think I'm sane. Like yesterday, I was driving my car and there was in Manhattan, and a car like didn't cut me off, but he was stopping in my lane trying to get into a parking space. So I had to go to the left a little bit. I didn't go into the left lane. I just went to the left. The bus, and those bus drivers are very bad in New York. He beat me. And I freaked out. I'm telling you, I went nuts because he could see what was happening. The car was blocking me in my lane. I just went to the left a little bit to avoid him. And then he beeps me like I shouldn't do that. I fucking rolled down my window and stuck my finger at him, like pissed. Like he was worried because when we came up to the light, he was looking at me and I was like, I didn't do anything. I just froze because I didn't want to escalate it. But I'm telling you, at that moment in time, I would have killed him. I would have went in that bus and I would have knocked down his plexiglass glass protection.
Violence is never the
answer. I was about to go crazy on him.
Well, we all know that violence is not the answer. That's not the way we
comment. I feel like the longer I listen to this, the more incriminating it becomes for me.
I can't watch basketball. I see these things on TV. I hate to say it, Black Lives Matter on basketball court. It's like watching Coca-Cola.
He's right. It's been like 2 hours, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like
anybody who wants to leave can leave.
Tips of how to kill people.
Anybody who wants to leave can leave, but I think we're on to something.
I don't understand.
You guys carry on.
I'm gonna go.
Most people,
all right, Lenny.
What is it you think most people want? You know, like when they do that, you know, is it because they have a crowd mentality and they just go with the flow, or do they really feel that way? Because, you know, a mob doesn't think rationally at all. You know, when you have mob thinking, and when you're with a lot of people, you know, like, oh, we're gonna go over there and tell, you know, Black Lives Matter and all that shit, right? And then you're like, and then you don't know the consequence either. right? You don't know if this guy's crazy. He's going to take out a gun and shoot everybody. Or you don't know if you're going to spook the wrong person. You know, they go over to that in Rochester, the girls with drinking. You know, what happened to one of them girls are crazy? What happened if they're like, bitch?
But that's my point, though. You can get crazy, even you're a normal person.
Yeah.
But you know, let's face it, most of us are really on edge right now. I don't know about everybody else, but I feel like at any moment, if one of those Black Lives Matters get up in my face and I'm totally innocent, it's not because I want to. I'm just gonna lose it. And Joel, you know this. I carry a weapon. It's not a gun, but I will tell you this: there's a reason why I carry it. Because I don't want nobody fucking with me. I'm already on edge. I live with a girlfriend who doesn't give me any sex. I don't want to get into it.
You're sexually
frustrated. I am on edge.
You can't leave your house.
I can't leave my house. When I come home, I'm sprayed, gouged with alcohol, and even in my eyes, she doesn't care. Spraying my face. She's paranoid. And she's just the beginning. Then I go to the office. I got to deal with people who don't speak English, but think I'm their slave because they paid me some money to do some legal work. And one guy's telling me, "You better make that motion," and I'm like, "You can't make the motion. It's illegal, asshole." And it's like that. I'm ready to explode. Then I go on this show, and let's face it, for a long time I use these shows to help me get chicks. Not a single chick I can get from this show. Emma's all the way out in frickin' Seattle.
Hey, you can invite the stripper back. I mean, the porn star back. You can invite her.
She's in L.A. I can't fly. My girlfriend won't let me leave the house. I'm ready. And so I would say if any Black Lives Matter supporters are seeing me eating in a restaurant in Manhattan, because they have that now in Chinatown. They have the tables out and around my area down the Lower East Side. Just keep moving. Don't attack me. Anybody else, go ahead. I'll probably watch. I'll take my phone out. I'll videotape it. You know, you can do whatever you want to them. But please, just because I'm going to lose it. And I've already decided that if I have to kill somebody, it would be worth it. Really, just to get it all out. Just take them out. And you know the person did wrong. They approach you. They should not have. You were eating. You're minding your own business.
Well, on that note, you guys on Wednesday.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah. See you Wednesday, Lenny.
That's gonna happen one day. They're gonna walk up to the wrong table. I'm telling you, and it's gonna be ugly. You know, it's gonna be ugly, and I feel bad because there's gonna be people that have nothing to do with it. That's gonna get be a consequence of that. You know, which is bad. I mean, that's really dangerous to do shit like that, especially in New York. You could do that shit in New York. You got a crazy person.
You beep somebody and you're already, putting your life in danger.
And if you're not wearing a mask and someone else is, that's a confrontation. Look, I saw it on the subway. You know. What
happened? What happened?
Well, this one guy was wearing a mask, and two happened to be two black guys, right? One was wearing a mask, and so he told the guy, put on a mask. That was just a fight started. Simple as that. Almost started. He just that's about it. He just didn't want to wear a mask. Yeah. And the guy wanted to. Simple as that.
That's simple. See?
Yeah.
See, Emma, see how we solved the world's problem just having this show? Even though 5 people are watching it, we solved the whole world.
5. Try 2.
2 people? Well, that's good. No, 2 is a good number because it's a matrix. That means
2 is as bad as 1.
And there 2 people tell 2 people, right. And before you know
401.
it, you gotta get somebody.
Well, I think we're all lucky that we're not in situations. Maybe Emma's out there in the public a little bit more.
Emma's in the middle.
She's out there singing her karaoke on a line in front of a store. That is possibly putting yourself in danger. Just be aware of that.
You got to leave San Francisco.
I had to shut it down last night.
You had to shut it down?
Someone called the club and they said to the people, they had young people running it last night. Uh-huh. And so the owner wasn't there, but these young people, so someone called the club and they said, yeah, we want to get you guys involved in the survey here. And they hung up. Then they called back on the survey. And so the kids, they were running the bar last night. They said, no, we don't have time to do a survey. We're too busy. They said, well, if you're too busy, check this out. Do you have an entertainment license? They said, no. Well, the police will be there in 30 minutes if you don't shut that music down. Mm. And so I shut it down. I mean, all I had to do is just unplug my karaoke machine. But yeah, there's people that I mean, everybody was having a good time. The club was doing more business than they've ever done, and yeah,
somebody called and just to mess up the party, huh?
just to mess up the party. And we stayed out there like another 45 minutes outside the club. Police cars were driving by, but nobody stopped. They weren't even concerned with
They
us.
just haters. That what you should next time
Haters.
that happens.
Haters.
Well, you should invite them to them. Hey, you know something?
COVID-19.
Yeah, you know. Hey,
They shut shit down.
they
We
shut
shut
Speaking of
shit
shutting down,
down. You know, like,
Speaking of shutting down, I'll see you guys Wednesday.
Okay, see you Wednesday.
Ciao, man. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up too. So anyway, we solved our problems. Not really, but we aired them out anyway.
I solved it. I solved all the problems. Don't worry about it.
Well, you're lucky you're hiding up in Connecticut anyway.
Of course, I'm in Derby. Whoever heard of Derby?
Nobody's going to do anything in Derby except
nobody
mention
does
it on our
anything
show.
in life.
I mentioned it on our show.
This is like normal life over here. You have no idea how normal. Like,
Yeah, I bet. All right, Ben, play the theme song. We'll see everybody on Wednesday. Oh, by the way, Sakinara is going to be on our website shortly, so pay attention to our website. Emma, go to the website. The movie I made, Ben's going to put it up this week on the website. You can watch it. It's about an hour and a half. You can watch my movie I made, Sakinara.
Oh, okay.
All right. And here he goes. See y'all next week.
RealPeopleFunny.com. RealPeopleFunny.com. Save the show and join the fun where the laughs are never done. RealPeopleFunny.com.
See y'all next week, next Sunday.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. Oh, wait. And that's the end of our show, Doink.
Bye. Oh,
Oh, wait, are you still there? Wait, there we go. There we go. And that's the end of our show, Doink. Where's this? Bye. Bye, Angel.